Here are the video solutions for Pearson Edexcel Functional Skills Maths Level 1. This is section A, which is the non-calculator part, and this is from past paper 3. Okay, so for this question, the first thing we need to do is work out how much does it cost Marley to travel to college 4 days a week when she's buying a daily ticket. So that's going to be £3.40 multiplied by 4. So I would probably do this as it's 4 lots of £3, and it's also 40 pence, 4 lots of 40 pence. Now 4 times 3, that is £12, and 4 times 40, well 4 fours are 16, so 4 times 40 is 160p, which is £1.60. So the total is going to be £12 plus the £1.60, which is £13.60. And there are alternative ways you could do the multiplication there, but to me that seemed like the most logical. So if she buys a weekly, it's £12. So what is the difference between £13.60 and £12? Well, hopefully we don't need to do column subtraction. If you're counting up from £12 to £13.60, that's a difference of £1 and 60p. Okay, so we need to remember that the range is the biggest. Take away the smallest. So which value is the biggest? It is 19.5. And we're going to take away the smallest, which is 9.4. Put a decimal point in line in the answer section. 5 take away 4 is 1. 9 minus 9 is 0. 1 minus nothing is 1. So the range is 10.1. So we've just done 19.5 take away 9.4 to get 10.1. So what we could do is we could call 19.5, call that 20, call 9.4 10, 20 take away 10 is 10, yeah, pretty close, so that gives me a good idea that this answer is correct. Okay, so we are just adding 1.5 hours, so that is 1.5 hours, or 1 hour 30 minutes, and 3/4 of an hour, which is 45 minutes. Starting at 9, and also it mentions something about having a break, 30 minutes. Okay, now it doesn't matter where the break is, it doesn't have to be after the first two jobs when we're just adding these together. So he starts at 9 o'clock, so I'm going to add the 1 hour 30 minutes, so plus 1 hour 30, that takes me to 10:30. Okay, so that one has been taken care of. I'm now going to add on the 30 minutes rather than the 45 because I can adding half an hour onto 10:30 is nice and easy. So that takes me to 11 o'clock. So plus 0 hours 30 minutes takes me to 11 a.m. Okay, so now all we need to do is add the 45 and the 20. So 11 plus 45, that is 11:45. And now we just need to add on those 20 minutes. So 20 minutes, well that is plus 15 plus 15 minutes plus 5 minutes. I mean, I'm perhaps overcomplicating it here. So the 15 minutes takes me up to 12, and the 5 minutes will take me to 12:05. So the finishing time is 12:05. I keep forgetting that 12:05 isn't necessarily the answer. Will Lee finish the job before 1 p.m? Yes, he will. He will have 55 minutes to spare. Okay, so place the correct number in the space to complete the sentence. Angles around a point add up to, well, if you're going around a point, that is a full 360 degrees. For the next part, Shelley thinks that 540 people went abroad. So we know there's 1,800 in total, and the abroad is a right angle. Now, that therefore means that this is exactly 1/4. So, what is 1/4 of 1,800? For this, the calculation is 1,800 divided by 4, so we're probably going to need a bus stop method here. 1 divided by 4, 0, move the 1 across. 18 divided by 4 is 4 with a remainder of 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 0 divided by 4 is 0. So according to my calculations, there are 450 people went abroad. Shelley thinks that 540 of these people went abroad. Is Shelley correct? No, she's not correct. It's 540, not 500. It's 450, not 540. And that is the end of section A. Here are the video solutions for Pearson Edexcel Functional Skills Maths Level 1. This is section B, which is the calculator section from past paper 3. So question number 1, we want to work out how many 70 centimetre bits of ribbon can be cut from a roll which is 15 metres. So we've got a bit of a problem with the units here. So it's easier to turn the 15 metres into centimetres. So we know that hopefully we know that 1 metre is 100 centimetres. So 15 metres is 15 times by 100, so 1500 centimetres. So how many 70s are there in 1500? In other words, what is 1500 divided by 70? And we get 21.428. So what that means is we are going to get 21 lengths of 70 centimetre ribbon, and whatever this is, a little bit left over. So the answer here is 21. Question number 2, write 1.07 litres in millilitres. Well, hopefully you know that 1 litre is 1000 millilitres. So when you're turning litres to millilitres, you multiply by 1000. 1.07 multiplied by 1000 is 1070 millilitres. 2b, Alex has bought 164 pies in the ratio vegetarian to chicken 3:1. So what this means is 3/4 of them are veggie and 1/4 are chicken. The reason it's quarters is because 3 plus 1 is 4. So we need to work out 3/4 of this total of 164. When you're working out a fraction of a total, you take your total, you divide it by the number on the bottom, and you multiply by the number on the top, and that comes to a total of 123 vegetarian pies. Okay, so on to question 3a. Write 60% as a fraction in its simplest form. Well, we need to remember that a percentage is a fraction. Percent means out of 100. So 60% is 60 out of 100. And that is a fraction, of course. Now we can simplify this fraction by turning it into 6/10 by chopping off a 0, top and bottom. What we've really done is we've divided both the top and the bottom number by 10. Now we're left with 2 even numbers, so we can divide the top number and the bottom number by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and we've got prime numbers here, so this can't be simplified anymore. So as a fraction in its simplest form, it is 3/5. For part B, she's only got £60 to spend, so why don't we work out what the 3 cheapest things cost? So £35 plus £27 plus £13 comes to £75. Now when she buys 3 treatments, it's 25% off. So if it's 25% off the 100%, then it's going to be 75%. So we need to work out what 75% of £75 is. So what is our multiplier for 75%? Our multiplier is 0.75. So we need to multiply £75 by 0.75. This number here is the decimal equivalent, or a percentage multiplier is the decimal equivalent of the percentage amount. In other words, it's the percent figure divided by 100. And 75 multiplied by 0.75 is £56.25. And we need to state, it says write down the 3 treatments. So that is massage, manicure. So she buys massage, manicure, and an eyelash tint, whatever that is. Okay, right, let's move on to number 4. So number 4 we can make, we want to work out the perimeter, so we can see we've got some sides we need to work out the lengths for. This side here is nice and easy, it's the same as this one over here, so that's 15. Now this side length here, I don't actually need to work it out, because if I were to just chop that off here and stick it on here, then I've made this side complete, and that is 27 meters. So I'll turn that into a 27 meters and get rid of the 5.5 and the 12. So far we've got 15 plus 15 plus 27 plus 27. We just need to work out this side and this side. Now these sides are the same. Now it's 15 from here to here,
and it's 7.2 from here to here, so this side length here is the difference. So it's going to be 15, take away 7.2, which is 7.8 meters, so that is 7.8. So my workings look a little bit confused here, so I should probably write that after this. So 15 plus 15 plus 27 plus 27 plus the two 7.8s gives us a grand total of 99.6 meters. There we go, 99.6. Okay, this question is nice and easy, so we just need to follow the formula. We want the weight in ounces, which is 12. We're going to divide it by 16. 12 divided by 16 is 0.75. We're going to multiply this number by 454. 0.75 multiplied by 454 is 340.5, and that is the weight in grams. So 340.5. Okay, let's take a look at question 6, which is probably the most challenging in this particular paper. So we know this is the key information here. Area 24 square meters, rectangular, and at least 2 meters away from the edge of the field. So if it's got an area of 24 meters squared, then it could be a 24 by 1. It could be a 12 by 2. It could be a something by 3. It could be an 8 by 3, and it could be a 6 by 4. Now, we also know that she's putting fencing around it, and she's got 5 lengths of fencing, and each length is 5 meters, so she's got a total of 5 times by 5, which is 25 meters of fencing in total. Now, if it was a 24 by 1, then the perimeter, P for perimeter, is 24, 48, 49, 50. So that would mean not enough fencing. So 24 by 1, we'll rule that one out straight away. How about a 12 by 2? 12, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It's got a perimeter of 28, which is greater than 25, so it can't be a 12 by 2. An 8 by 3, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Perimeter of 22. Okay, that could work. And a 6 by 4. So this is a 10 plus another 10, so a perimeter of 20 could also work. So the dimensions of the vegetable patch is either an 8 by 3 or a 6 by 4 meters. It doesn't matter. So all we need to do now is on our on the graph, on the grid opposite rather, is draw either an 8 by 3 rectangle or a 6 by 4 meter rectangle. So let's we need to remember that it's 2 meters away from the edge of the field. So here's the field. So just a reminder, we are doing either a 6 by 4 or an 8 by 3. And let's have a look at the scale. One small square is 0.5 meters, so half a meter. So therefore 2 squares equals 1 meter. So it needs to be 2 meters away from the edge. So that's 1 meter. That is 2 meters. So maybe I'll just draw a line in just to make that really clear. So it can't be to the left of that line. There we go. And we're also 2 meters in the other direction. So 1, 2. Okay, I mean, I also need to, I suppose I could do in another line up here and another line down there, but I don't think that's necessary because I've got plenty of space to do a 6 by 4 or an 8 by 3. So remember that 2 squares is a meter. So if I'm doing a, let's do a 6 by 4, like I say, 6 by 4, 8 by 3, it's the same thing. So 6 meters is going to be 12 squares. And 4 meters is going to be 8 squares. So I need to do on this an 8 by 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. And then 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very hard to count, it's so small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me just check that this is 8 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 12 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. There we go. So using a pencil and a ruler, there is my vegetable patch. There are there's plenty of space where you can put the vegetable patch. It could be much more to the right, it could be further up, as long as it's not within 2 meters of or 4 squares of the side edges, and also 4 squares of the top edges. So it's not like it's a difficult, well, it is a difficult decision where to put it, because there's so many places you could put it. And similarly, if it was an 8x3, you'd have plenty of options as well. Okay, so 7, 8, put the following numbers in order of size. So what I would probably do is write them above each other. So 0.102, 0.004, 0.2, and give plenty of space. Make sure the decimal points are in line. So in the units column, 0, 0, 0, so we can't tell them apart, but in the tenths, we've got a 0, a 1, and a 2. So 0 is less than 1 and 2, so this is the smallest number. So 0.00, sorry, it's not 2 zeros, it's just 1 0, so let's get rid of that. So that is 0.04, and the next smallest, luckily that mistake didn't interfere with this column here. So this is the smallest. What's less, 1 or 2, or 1 obviously, so 0.102 followed by 0.2. Okay, made a bit of a meal of that one. B, 178.146 corrected 2 decimal places. That means we're interested in the value of the 3rd decimal place. It's a 6, so because it's greater than 5, the column to the left will move up by 1, so that's 178.15. How many minutes are there in 1 1/4 hours? Well, 1 hour, hopefully you know, is 60 minutes, and 1/4 of an hour is 15 minutes. So 60 plus 15 is 75 minutes. Okay, so Pierre is a teacher. There are 13 boys and 17 girls in his class. So in total, there's 13 plus 17, which is 30. So of the 30, how many are boys? Well, that is 13 out of 30. And we can't simplify the fraction because 13 is a prime number. Okay, let's have a look at the next part. So there are 20 train journeys, so the probability of being on time is 15 over 20. And this fraction can be simplified if we can, both these numbers are in the 5 times table, so if we divide the top by 5 we get 3 and the bottom by 5 we get 4, 3/4. So here is 1/2, so this is 1/4, this is 3/4, so therefore we're going to put the x there. So for this question, all we need to do is work out the mean. So the mean is the total divided by the number of values, and we know that there are 6. So the total is 430 plus 276 plus 205 plus 168 plus 261 plus 565. So that is a total of 1905. 1905 divided by 6 is 317.5, and that is greater than 300. So is Juliet correct? Yes, she is. So B, use a reverse calculation to show a check of your mean. Well, I did 1905 divided by 6 to get 317.5. So if I multiply 317.5 by 6, I should get 1905. And I do, so I know that that is correct. Okay, so question number 10. Magda thinks 1/4 of the people are women aged between 18 and 35. Or how many women are aged between 18 and 35? That is 86. How many people are there in total? Well, we simply just need to add all of these figures together. 142 plus 86 plus 175 plus 27 is 430. So I've written it as a fraction. Now I'm just going to turn this into, I mean, I could try and simplify the fraction. I doubt it's going to be exactly a quarter, especially because Mag says about a quarter. So I'm going to turn it into a decimal. So remember that the line of a fraction means divide. So 86 divided by 430 is what? That is 0.2. 1 quarter is 0.25. So it's up to you, I suppose, to say whether you think that that is close enough. For me, it's close enough, really. So 0.25 is close to 0.2. So Magda is correct. Okay, so question number 11. The first thing I'm going to do is work out the volume of this cuboid, which is the 3 dimensions multiplied together. So 150 times 60 times by 45, that comes to 405,000 cubic centimetres. And we know that 1,000 cubic centimetres is 1 litre, or maybe it's easier if you think that 1 litre is 1,000 cubic centimetres. So if we're converting litres to cubic centimetres, we multiply by 1,000. So if we're going in the opposite direction, we are dividing by 1,000. So let's turn this into litres. 405,000 divided by 1,000. Well, it's quite easy, just chop off the 3 zeros. So that is 405 litres when completely full. So we want 2/3 of this. So what is 2/3 of 405? So here we're working out a fraction of a total. So we take our total, we divide by the number on the bottom, and then multiply by the number on the top, and we get 270 litres. There we go, so 270, and it looks like that's the final question. So that is the end of this section.